Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a different scene, a change in my videos. So I've been having a couple of questions, and I have had a request from Sophia Stitching Love. Do you remember? Hi Sophia, if you'll be watching this video, shout out to you. I want to make a little tutorial for you and those of you who are interested into how to create a digital chart from a PDF chart or a JPEG or whatever it is that you have. So right now what I'm showing you is the PDF file that I have from my recent creation. It's not my creation, it's creation of Heaven and Earth Design, but what you see here is the amount of pages in this chart. I am making a voiceover, by the way. We have the key here that we will need to recreate as well, because otherwise you will not be able to make your own digital chart. So there are a lot of colors in this one. It will take a long time to make, but still there's no choice if you want to do this. The chart itself needs to be rebuilt. So what we need to do is use Pattern Maker. That's the program that I am using for this one, and remake practically rebuild the chart that is already existing. Thank you for Heaven and Earth Designs for sharing their charts with us. I mean, selling us the charts. But every single symbol in this chart will need to be, traced. So that takes a very long time to do. It takes a lot of effort, but let's just start from the beginning. We will need to break our PDF into JPEGs because Pattern Maker will not accept PDF, of course, into it. So we need to break our PDF into JPEGs. You can do it however you choose to. I am using, PDF program, just to PDF reader, if I'm not mistaken, to break it apart. I'm just saving it into JPEGs, and that way I will be I will be putting them into my program, and I will be creating a new chart for me. So this is the final result of what I have done. This is the progress that I am the chart that I am going to start stitching. Happy me, finally. And the final result is amazing. It took me 2 months to remake. Well, I have been having some issues because it's been a while since I've been doing it last, plus I haven't been as free as I was before when I was younger, when I was rebuilding the chart. But you can probably see that I already have the final key in this and the final result, so you can see how it's supposed to end up looking. Now this is the key, what you see downstairs. It's built color by color. You need to place a symbol on top of every color, and that's something that we are going to do as soon as possible. Right now what we need to do is insert a JPEG into the program. So we are choosing one of the options. We need to go to import image. We need to choose the option that is more suitable to us. So import image, we can choose the import into, we can choose to import a JPEG file into it. Now what we need to do is go to the, this is basically how it's supposed to look. We are going to browse and go to the folder that we are going to take our JPEG from, and we will choose one of the pages. Let's go for the first one, choose it. It will insert it into the preview image screen, and that will be the chart that we will be working on. Now there is a little something that you need to know before. We can trace, we have two options into image import in Wizard. We have the option of creating a whole new chart. That means that if you import like a photograph or something into this and do the creation of the chart, like convert it, it will create a whole new chart out of everything. So for now it's not suitable for us. We need to rebuild an already existing chart. That means that the stitching area that we are going to use, the choice that we need is not for tracing. I mean, we need to make a whole new design. Not a whole new design, work on a already existing design. So we are going next into image importing wizard, and now we need to put a grid onto our chart. So we are marking the show grid, of course. Sorry. And we now need to put the grid on top of the page. So we need to make sure that every square is on top of the right square, so when we trace it, it will fall into place. Now what we need to do is choose the little symbol with the 3 stars. We can go further and closer into it. That will be your choice, however it's more comfortable to you. We're choosing a little square under the magnifying glass, and now we need to trace the little thingy, the little square with our little markers. So we will be choosing to put our mouse right under the first hourglass. Why? Because unfortunately, when I was creating this video, I forgot to mark the mouse. So basically you cannot really see the mouse on top of the screen. But what I'm showing you right now is you cannot put your mouse on top of the dark outline of the chart, because that way it will never be straight enough. So you cannot put your markings into the darkest spot. Now you can see the X that's marking the crossroads between the 2 lines. We have 1. Now we're going to put the next one is number 2. We need a 10 by 10 squares. Now because we went 1 square down, that means that we will go 1 square down on the bottom as well. So we are choosing the next X. Now we have 1, 2, 3 of the corners for our 10 by 10. And we need to press the align grid. So the grid will be placed on top of this, on top of this chart. We're pressing align grid, and there you go. You can now see the grid on top of the chart. Now, when you will start tracing the whole thing, you will be able to place the right symbol into the right square, and it will fall right on top of the original one. Now, you can see a little bit of movement. That means that maybe I didn't place the mouse exactly in the right position, maybe kind of moved a little bit, but that's okay. That's something that can be fixed, and we will be fixing it. Now, don't touch anything else. You just don't need it. You are going to import it into the main screen, and then just close the preview, and here you go. Now we have our chart underneath the grid, and that way we will be able to start working on it. Now we need to move our chart a little bit in a better position, so the movement will not be as annoying, because when we start to work on the chart, it will end up being really not a very good, placement will go off, and it will be harder for you to put your symbols in the right position, because you can see that the chart moved away. Now, what we're going to do is touch the white screen on the side, and that way you will be able to see the edges. Now, we need to move our little dark square. You can see it on the right side of the screen. We will move it into position a little bit to the left, and that way your JPEG that is behind the grid will be moved into the right position, and the squares will fall right into their places. Now you can see the grid is in a very good placement, and now we can start working on, on the bottom side as well. Forgot about that. The bottom side is also a little bit it moved a little, so we will pull it a little down, and that way we'll be able to place the squares in the perfect position. Now we have the perfect placement for our chart. Next, level. Now we need to create the what is it called? The palette. Now let's move on and see the final result. This is a stitching time, the finished result. We have the key to our chart down here, so you can see that every of the colors, it has the same color and symbol as the original chart. So we need to create a chart for ourselves. So we're going to choose the key from our JPEGs. That's the broken PDF file. Let's open it. That way you will be able to see the symbol and the color of the thread that we need to place into our digital chart. So number 150, for example, the dusty rose one is the, the symbol that you saw beside it. Now we need to press twice on the little squares down below. We write 150 in the find placement. Program finds automatically. We press enter, and the color will appear downstairs in the rows of colors. Now you can see a DMC 150 dusty rose. Pattern maker has all of the colors that you need, so you will not have a problem with that. Now what we need to do is choose the little window up here with the symbols. There you go. And we need to find the right symbol in this whole collection, I guess, of symbols. Now you can make it a little closer if you wish, if you cannot see very well, and let's just look for the symbol that is on the original chart. Let's just move it a little bit in the little arrows down on the right side of the screen, and here we go. We have the symbol. We found it. We pressed twice, and yep, and the symbol is down there. I'm sorry for the mouse being missing because I forgot that my mouse was invisible on this tutorial, but I'm not going to film it again. I mean, the full result, you can see it on the screen. Basically the same thing we're doing again and again. We press the number of the color, the DMC color. We look for the right symbol. The second one is 152, is the little circle with a dot inside. Find it, press twice on the symbol, and it appears on our color chart downstairs. Now the same thing for the next one, 158. It's the square with the lightings. And again, we press the find for 158, press enter, and then go to symbols and find the little square, there it is, and put it on top of the color. So that means that we know now how to create our chart. It will take you a little while, but you need to do it. Now on the top of the screen you have the little windows with the names. You go to palette and you can save the palette as whatever name you choose to it. I usually give it the name of the project, like the beginning of it. Write the name of it, save it into the library that you want it to be used from, and then you can use it on, into your new project. Now what we're going to do is delete all the symbols, all three of them, from this project because we're not going to use them, and I've already created the color key to this chart before because I've probably see. So we are going to open palette file, go to the folder, and this is the file that I have already created. I'm going to choose it, open it, and there you go. This is the entire palette for the project that I am going to be using. Yeah, so next what we're going to do is try and build our own chart. Now you can choose to put the symbols behind the color chart, that way that what little annoying window will not be annoying you as well. You can make it bold or italic or whatever. I'm not using it usually, it's not important to me. It's your own choice what you want to do with it. Now, what we're doing is we are going to be placing the right symbol on the right symbol on the chart. That way we will be coloring in whatever it is that we need to be doing. Now, you have choice to choose a solid color. You have a symbol, like it shows you the symbols behind. And we have the regular cross that will only show you the crosses on top of the line, on top of the line, on top of the chart that you are building. Now, sorry, my phone just disconnected. Now, what we're going to do is choose the symbol that we want and just start coloring in the chart. So let's find the symbol that we want to be coloring. Now, I know that this is going to take forever, but you need to be really patient because eventually it will be worth your whole time. Now you have a lot of choices here. You have the full cross, the 1/3, the half cross, the beading. You have a lot of options in this program, crazy amount of options, so you can choose whatever it is that you want to do yourself. But we're choosing a symbol like the first one, the hourglass. You can see that I am coloring on top of the chart, and that's just what we're going to be doing. It will take forever, especially with a chart like this, like a difficult chart, like a PDF, I could have another design which has a lot of confetti. I'm just coloring over the same symbol on top of the chart, and that way that will be building the new chart for us. Now, when we've finished, the chart will be digital. You will be transferring it to a new location, and that way we will be left with only the digital symbols and not with the PDF, and not with the JPEG file that you have behind the screen. Now choose the next color and color in next. Choose another one of the symbols and just color on top, and that's just how it goes. I mean, it's not difficult once you get into it, but it takes a lot sorry, it takes a very long time. The coloring in, it's I'm sorry, it's it's a really annoying project. I don't even know how to call it, but it's just like paint by numbers. Basically, you need to cover up all the symbols with the symbols that you have rebuilt, the key, and that way you will be eventually, if you like put it on a full screen, you will be able to see the mock-up for your project. That way, by the way, you sorry, my voice is going again. That way you will be able to see the final result as well, and you will be able to make changes if you want, and in the end maybe you'll be able to remove like singles, all if you have a lot of confetti in your project, you will be able to change that. That is only if the chart will still be in Pattern Maker. Once upon a time I was using Pattern Maker to stitch, but then all the programs, the amazing programs that I'm using today, have come up, and that's something that I'm using today. Now what we're going to do next is you see, you can like choose the solid, so that way you'll be able to see only the colors of the the colored chart. Honestly, right now, all you can see is a little something unbelievably weird, but eventually, when you color a lot of it in, you will be able to see the final result as a full image and a full picture, and that will be much, much, much easier for you to, to work on and to see. Now, I don't use the crosses. I don't like it. I usually use the symbol chart, and that's it. Now what we're going to do is we are going to choose this chart and move it into a different location, into a file that will be created especially for this chart, and there we'll be collecting. Sorry, I had a phone call. Anyways, let's just move on. Now we have removed the chart from behind after pressing the screen and pressing delete, and now I'm going to choose the area that I have colored in and press the copy button, or on the top or the Control C, whatever it is comfortable for you. We're going to open a new page. You don't need to change anything in here. You just need to choose the size of it. Now what I'm doing is choosing a tiny little by stitching amount, like stitches, how many stitches. I will be choosing a small 20 by 20 window because I don't need anything else. You can change the parameters of this by changing the color of the fabric, the type of it, the grid options. We're not going to touch it. I never even touch it when I create when I create my chart, but I'm going to do 20 by 20 square just because we have colored a tiny little area. Now we have you know, a little color chart that the program gives us. We're going to delete all and place our own chart, because if you don't delete the colors that the program defaultly gives you, when you will report your chart into this one, it will be ruined because the colors will be mixed. Now we will insert the palette that we created into this little working area and place by placement. We will do Control V or insert the image into here, and here you go. Now you can see the symbols that we have colored and that we have chosen, and that way you will see what we created. Now if you look in the PDF file, let's just put it side by side so you'll be able to see that it's the same as the PDF that, you know, we were working on. Come on, open. Let's put the closest mount, put it side by side so you'll be able to see that, oh come on, it doesn't work, that we have created the same thing as the PDF. Now the thing that we have created, we can work on, we can mark it, we can erase it, you can you know, color it in, and the PDF of course you cannot do anything with because it is a JPEG. So you can see that it's the same. Now if we go to the larger chart, the final chart that we have been working on, like the full result, we don't need this, so we will just remove this because I'm not going to be using it ever again. I've already created my own chart, closing everything I don't need, and this is a stitch in time, the final result. This is a result of 2 months of making. So if we remove the colors, you can see all of the symbols. Now these are the symbols that are going to be put into Saga and worked on. I'm going to start this week. Today is Friday 3rd, and it's the beginning of a new month. So this is the mock-up for this project. I know I've promised never to do PDFs again, PDFs, heaven and earth again, but hopefully it will go well. I've seen the final result. So hopefully this tutorial helped you a little bit. I know that my voiceover is really bad. I haven't been doing it ever, but subscribe, thumbs up this video if you wish to see more like these. Hopefully I will be able to do more tutorials for you if you want to know something. So press the link down below to be notified when my next video comes out, and I hope that you have been enjoying this tutorial.